Hailing from the regional Victorian town of Shepparton, Leigh Egan was known around the track as the master of BMX. As soon as the Shepparton BMX club formed in 1981, Leigh was there, winning. A towering figure, there was no mistaking Leigh Egan, on or off the track. There must have been something in the Goulburn River water in the early 80s, as Shepparton produced champion after champion BMXer, none of course bigger than Leigh Egan. By 1983 he began taking out Victorian state titles, but by 1984 things changed big time. It was in Japan at the IBMX World Championships that Leigh would win not one but two world titles, winning both the 17 class as well as the open men's class, effectively making him Australia's first ever elite men's world champion. These wins, along with the major sponsorship ride from GT Bicycles, kick-started a winning streak like no other. The master seemed unbeatable. He would dominate the Australian BMX scene, becoming the first to officially win 3 Australian Open men's titles in a row, winning in 1985 in Launceston, again the following year in Adelaide, and yet again in Canberra in 1987. He was regarded by many of his competitors as the toughest in a generation. Amazing horsepower and straight line speed, it wasn't until years later that many discovered the reason behind his success. Training, and even more hard training. He put into practice workouts that specifically promoted the essential muscles of BMX racing. Gate starts and sprints by the thousands meant that the master was in a class of his own. A freak accident on the track that left part of his fingers severed put Leigh out of the sport for a lengthy period, and eventually he made the decision to retire in 1989. 4 years later, he was inducted into the Victorian BMX Hall of Fame, and he would continue on as a champion cyclist and run his own successful business, Leigh Egan Cycles. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the master of BMX and Australian BMX Hall of Famer, Leigh Egan.